Hello guys, so nothing much is happening in GTA 5, so I think today would be a great time to do a review on every lowrider in the game, but I don't want to make it boring, so I will categorize them. To be specific, I will give them more an award than a place and give a small review on each of them. Let's go! The best looking lowrider is the Albany Buccaneer Custom. It has a lot of customization and it just looks really great. You can choose to have a roof or go roofless like I have done. This way you can look inside your fully customizable interior at all times. And in my opinion, the car just looks right without a roof. Also a cool feature, if you don't have a roof in your lowrider, when you are parked or driving slowly, your character will lean his arm on a door, which is pretty neat. It is my favorite in that sense. I'm a bit biased since this was my first lowrider that I bought. Similar category to the last one is the cool factor. And this is the coolest one. At first, Rapid Slam Van doesn't seem like it's a lowrider since it's a truck, but it can do everything that lowriders do. It has hydraulics and can jump. Now the cool part comes just from the looks. It looks really good, probably the best looking truck in the game, and it is relatively fast. It can go about 110 miles per hour, and it is fun to drive around. Now on more interesting categories. The fastest lowrider is the Classic Sabre Turbo. It can reach upwards of 121 miles per hour, which is pretty good compared to other lowriders. Unfortunately, you won't be beating any supercars in this game, but you will be looking really good while driving relatively fast. It looks the sportiest out of all lowriders, has smooth body lines, and overall it's good for your eyes. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the slowest lowrider, and it's the Rapid Chino. It can reach 95 miles per hour, and that makes it the slowest one. But don't be discouraged because it looks great and has great customization on top of that, and it fits the saying ride slow and low the best. Overall, it's great, but you won't be getting to places really fast in it. Next up are the party lowriders, or more party low vans. I don't know. This is combined list because they are similar in that they are both vans. They are the Rapid minivan and the Classic monobeam. They are great since you can fit 4 people in them, and when you are at your destination, you can open up your doors and trunk to show your huge speaker setups inside the car, which are actually functional, in that you can play the radio and it will play outside the car pretty loudly. They also look pretty cool and have different speaker configuration options that you can choose from inside Benny's garage to put more speakers inside your interior and the trunk. Now on to the best bodylines category. These are the Classic Voodoo and Rapid Peyote. These are the cars with this cool rear bodyline that extends beyond the trunk. I'm sure there is a correct term for this style, but I don't know it, so bear with me. It is really elegant and improves the looks of these cars, and it really looks cool just driving through the city like this. I really like their style, not much to say about them, so let's move on. Next up is the lowrider that actually has 2 different Benny's upgrade options. It is the Willard Faction. It can be just a regular lowrider, which in itself is cool, and it's kind of this really standard look. Not sure it is the correct way to call it, but it's the lowrider you kind of see everywhere. And it also can be customized to be a Donk. It's the only Donk in the game, and it's really cool. It has hydraulics, but they can only be moved up, down, left, right. You cannot jump this beast, probably because it's just too big and bulky. You can just drive around and look cool in it, and it's so unique. Speaking of cars that cannot jump is the Albany Banana. It looks like it's just a normal lowrider, and it is, but when it comes to jumping it, it's quite lame since even with the best hydraulic upgrades, it can't jump that high like other lowriders can, and it makes it a bit unsatisfying. I'm not sure why it is like this, but it is. And I mean, if you don't mind jumping, it's pretty cool lowrider. Now onto the lowrider that is also quite unique from the others. It is the Classic Tornado. In itself, it doesn't look that different from the others, and to say the truth, it's not that different. It has only one cool feature, that it is the only one lowrider that has convertible roof, and you can pick if you want to drive with your roof on or you want to take it all in and leave it down and have your hair blow in the wind. It also has this cool tail design similar, which I have talked about beforehand. It is quite unique and not at the same time. So let's move on. And the last award in my makeshift award show goes to the best 4-door lowriders. There are 2 of them, and they have won because there aren't other lowriders with 4 doors. They're the Benefactor Glendale and the Albany Primo. Glendale is one of my favorite lowriders, and its quite unique feature is that it has 4 doors, and if you don't count the vans that I talked about before, it's the only old school 4-door lowrider. It's based off an older Mercedes, and it is pretty sick looking. The body lines and also the 4 doors add a lot of character to this car. Now the Albany Primo, it is more of a modern car which was made to be a lowrider. It's cool if you like the look, but I prefer more of the 80s 90s lowrider. The Primo also has a cool feature like the vans do, that you can put a lot of speakers inside the doors and center console. Now one vehicle I didn't mention is the temporary Virgo Classic. I couldn't think of a good category to put it in, so here it is. It is a cool lowrider with good customization, and it's just overall a good lowride. I think it is one of the most liked lowriders in this game, and I can see why. It has a good stance and a relatively good performance, even though it has one of the lowest top speeds. All the lowriders in this game are great since they have hydraulics and tons of upgrades and personalization options. All of them have speakers inside the cars or the trunk area of the car, and they are all functional, and you can hear your radio while you are outside of the car pretty well. To add to that, all of them have amazing liveries and a lot of them to choose from. Also, you have access to really cool wheel options that are exclusive to Benny's cars. All in all, this was just a quick review on all the lowriders in this game while giving some extra facts about them along the way. You can't go wrong with choosing any of these lowriders, and go for the one that looks the best for you and make it your own by customizing, since Benny's cars are all about customizing. Please share what is your favorite lowrider in this game and what do you like about it. Consider subscribing, and I will see you lovely people in the next video. Have a nice day.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.